What's up, guys? Friday here back on Behind the Gloves with another interview, joined by Lyndon Arthur. Hopefully our internet connection stays stable this time. We've already had one little error. But Lyndon, first of all, like I said, as we started on the last one, how have you been keeping during this weird time?
Yeah, man. Just doing what everyone else is basically, just doing what I can and training as much as when it was proper. It was like full lockdown and we weren't allowed to do much. We was training just as and when I could. Like we had the key to the gym, so we was going in there singly and whatnot. So it's it's not been too bad really. It's been okay.
You were obviously set to fight Anthony Yarde, and when that fight got announced, I was actually really excited because seeing both of you, work your way up, and it would have been a great fight. But obviously, you must have been kind of disheartened when that fight fell through because of lockdown originally.
Yeah, but no, it was a bit of a blessing in disguise. Because I said it before in another interview, like I got real ill, like about a week and a half, 2 weeks before the fight. Right. So, I mean, obviously I would have probably still wanted to fight, but it would have been stupid for me to take the fight as ill as I got.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I had coronavirus or anything, but I had every symptom that was saying you had coronavirus and stuff like that. So I just had to isolate myself for a couple of weeks and whatnot. So in a sense, I'm glad it happened. I'm not glad coronavirus has happened, but I'm glad that it got postponed in a sense, because I don't believe I would have been able to fight.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's still the target. Obviously, we know you've got an upcoming fight against Spelman, but is Yarde still the target for maybe hopefully when he gets himself back into contention? Obviously, he's been through some real hard times as of late.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure the fight will happen. I'm sure the fight will happen sometime. Maybe this year, maybe the end of the year. We'll see. I have to get past that Spellman first. This is a tough fight I've got. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Spellman is definitely a tough fight. We've obviously seen him in some good fights with real good opponents. But just one more on Anthony as well, because I was eager to interview you before your fight with him, which if it took place, it's a very now at this point is a very high rated fight for you to take in terms of his challenge for a world title. How do you rate Anthony as a fighter overall? Because a lot of people have criticism for him in terms of his style, the way he fights. How do you rate him as a fighter?
He's a good fighter. I just don't believe he can't really knock what he's doing. I'm sure people have criticised about me as well. So he is what you see. He's a boxer, fighter, counter puncher kind of boxer, and he was doing well. The only loss he's got on his record is against Kovalev, so it's no nothing to be ashamed of. And in that fight, he had a good 9th or 8th round, and had he had a little bit more on his tank, he'd probably took Kovalev out of there. Yeah. So he's done great things for himself, and you can't knock what he's done in boxing up to now.
You've got the Commonwealth strap, and that's on the line against Dek. Let's talk about Dek first and foremost. Like I said, he's a tough geezer. Shown that he can fight plenty of times, and in all due respect, that the toughest opponent that you will have faced in your career as of yet. What have you seen of Dek that you feel like you can sort of, where you can overcome him and overpower him?
I just believe I do everything better than him. I believe I'm faster than him. I believe I hit harder than him. I believe I've got a better boxing brain than him. So I'm supposed to believe that I'm a fighter. I train. I've put a lot of time into the sport, and I'm not going to be in the sport to say that anybody's better than me or any opponent I'm about to come against is going to be able to beat me. So, that's just me. I believe I'm going to win this fight, and I believe I'll do it convincingly. Obviously,
no crowd as well. For a fight like that, I feel like, especially for the way you two have been matched up, a crowd would have been pretty good for that fight. I feel like it would have pushed the intensity levels a bit more. But from what you've seen of the BT studios, I'm sure you. Say again?
It would. You know, he brings a good crowd, and I would have brought a good crowd along, and it would have made fun. Would have made for a fun entertainment in that aspect.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've obviously seen the fights at the BT studio. It's strange everything, like having a professional fight with no crowds and still like the people that are there. You know, they're barely there. You know, when they have to show up into the ring, they are. Other than that, it's almost like an empty gym sparring session. Do you feel like you have to adapt your mentality because you know, in a spar and a fight, we know they're completely different situations, but it's almost going to feel like that because, you know, there won't be the buzz of hearing, you know, your name being chanted or come on Lyndon, come on Lyndon. Do you feel like you have to adapt to that mentality?
No, because do you know what? Even when you're in a fight, and I'm sure a lot of our fighters will say this, you only hear certain things anyway.
Yeah.
You know, you only hear certain people in the crowd, or you only hear your coach's instructions, or you know, things like that. So I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe he might need the crowd a little bit more than me. I don't. I know with the way he fights, I don't believe I will. I don't believe it will affect my performance at all. It'll be definitely be different, but I know it is what it is, and this is boxing.
What exactly can we expect from you on the night? Do you have a sort of, you know, you want to go in there, you want to grab the knockout, or is it more so feel out the rounds? It's been a few, you know, months since you've been in the ring, so feel out the rounds and possibly, you know, go with that.
You broke up then, you know.
I know what I was saying was, what can we expect from you on the night? Is it more so, what's your sort of plan? Are you going there to sort of, you know, show a statement because a lot of people will be tuning into BT Sport, or is it more so because you've not been in the ring for so long, we're gonna, you know, feel out the rounds and maybe we just go with the flow?
No, we're gonna go with the flow, but we're never in there to go the full distance. Anyway, you know, I'm a hard hitting fighter, so and you don't get paid for overtime in boxing.
Yeah.
So the longer I'm in there, the longer chance is of me getting hit. So I'm not trying to be in there for 12 rounds, but if we do, then we're ready for it. And you know, but we look to get him out of there.
For sure. Right. I wanna touch on something else, right? It's just a bit more random. Obviously, we've spoken about your fights. But I was listening to some music the other day and I was watching a video, came across a Bugsy Malone freestyle, and I was like,
Okay.
oh shit, that's Lyndon. I was like, oh yeah, they are friends. Completely forgot. But I thought it'd be a good topic to bring up to the casual fan maybe watching who does listen to a bit of music. Obviously, we like anyone who listens to Bugsy will know that of his boxing career and what he's like, you know, he's been in there. He does his sparring. He still trains. I'm sure you've sparred him. Give us a bit of insight into how Bugsy Malone spars and how tough he is.
Yeah, man. Before music, me and him was sparring partners for a long time,
Yeah.
probably a year or two. We used to spar all the time. I believe he was good enough to even, you know, do something in the professional boxing ring.
Yeah.
Obviously, music was his choice of career, and he smashed it in that. But in regards to boxing, he was very good, very agile.
Yeah.
Um, he could, you know, he was a boxer type character, crowd puncher, very quick. I think he was about middleweight, around them and around that weight. So he was always a good spar between me and him.
Yeah. He's obviously, like you said, he's very successful in the music career, and you being so good friends with him surely it motivates you to, you know, reach the pinnacle of your career as well. Having
Of
that.
course, man. It's good to have people around you from similar, um, similar like similar backgrounds.
Upbringing.
Yeah, similar like similarities in certain things. Not fully, because I've, you know, his background's a lot different than mine, but you know, we both come from nothing kind of thing. So to see him be as successful as he is motivation to understand that and to know that it's possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate your time as always. I'm looking forward to your fight. It's going to be a great fight. Deck is also, you know, from around up this side of the country in Scunthorpe. So it's going to be a cracking little fight. Any final message to anyone watching?
Yeah, man, just tune in and don't blink if you are tuning in.
Oh, perfect.
It could end quick.
Nice. Perfect way to end the interview. I appreciate it, that man. All the best. I wish you all the best.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. And we also have a free app available on iTunes and Google Play, so make sure you go and download that. Bye Fight fans.